Look at the long line of make-believe kings, and the Lord of the Flies wants you to kiss his ring. Follow new rules with invisible strings and become a puppet in a diabolical scheme. How the good men become a part of the regime. They don't believe in resistance.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sean from Following After Jesus Christ. I just wanted to say special thanks to all my brothers and sisters in whom I've been fellowshipping with, and I thank you for the love, the support, and the prayers. And it sounds like Airborne Saint is overhead, so that can only mean one thing. We do not consent. We do not consent to forced vaccinations. And I and my family most definitely do not consent to forced vaccinations. So, as Airborne Saint is out flying around trying to get people to help speak out against this medical tyranny known as forced vaccination, please join us in saying we do not consent. Much love and God bless.
That's right, Sean. We do not consent to mandatory vaccinations. My name is Mike, Airborne Saint. Please watch this short video and remember, we do not consent.
As the reopening of the economy in the United States accelerates, so are cases of COVID-19. The rise in positive cases and in hospitalizations in some states is deeply worrying.
With summer looming, Americans are riding a fresh wave of COVID-19. In Florida, a new hotspot, a group of 16 friends contracted the virus after a night out.
I was one of those people that like, come on, it's not that serious, and I got it.
This playing out as this country now struggles with two major crises at the same time. Cases of coronavirus are now on the rise in 15 states. As this country slowly reopens. And on that part of the story tonight, here's Trevor Ault.
Tonight, as protesters crowd American streets, officials fear one crisis in this country could intensify another.
If you were out protesting last night, you probably need to go get a COVID test this week.
I do not consent.
1 states are reporting an increase in new cases.
Here in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis is continuing to reopen the Sunshine State, despite seeing its highest single-day increase of confirmed coronavirus infections since the start of the pandemic.
As states across the country emerge from this shutdown, some areas are already experiencing a significant surge in coronavirus cases. On Sunday, South Carolina reported a record 799 new COVID cases, breaking the previous daily record set just 2 days earlier.
And just a few hours ago, Governor Greg Abbott shared that Texas hit a new record high. More than 2,600 new COVID-19 cases.
I do not consent.
Howdy guys, Rex here. You got to check this out real quick before it goes down. On Google, go on to Google and type in any three numbers, any three-digit number, followed by the words new cases. Okay, so 241 new cases, or 682 new cases, or 973 new cases, whatever any three-digit number followed by new cases. Google that sucker and hit enter and scroll down and tell me what you find, and then think, what the hell's going on here? Oh, we need to increase our testing and our reporting. Are we being had here, people? I mean, I know the answer already, but just do it. Any three-digit number followed by new cases, hit enter, keep changing the number, and keep scrolling. Wow.
I do not consent.
I, Carlos Valenzuela, do not consent.
Just want to be clear in terms of the definition of people dying of COVID. So the case definition is very simplistic. It means at the time of death, it was a COVID positive diagnosis. So that means that if you were in hospice and had already been given, a few weeks to live, and then you also were found to have COVID, that would be counted as a COVID death. It means that even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death.
Technically, even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death.
So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death.
Everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death.
You weighed in on a theory that's been floating around that perhaps the number of fatalities related to COVID-19 is being inflated because people are actually dying of other things. What's your read on that theory?
Savannah, there is absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all.
There is absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all.
Man, and they're buying it.
Oh, yeah.
There is absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all. I think it falls under the category of something that's very unfortunate, these conspiracy theories that we hear about. Every time we have a crisis of any sort, there's always this popping up of conspiracy theories. I think the deaths that we're seeing are coronavirus deaths, and the other deaths are not being counted as coronavirus deaths.
And the other deaths are not being counted as coronavirus deaths.
There are other countries that if you had a pre-existing condition, and let's say the virus caused you to go to the ICU and then have a heart or kidney problem, some countries are recording that as a heart issue or a kidney issue and not a COVID-19 death. Right now, we're still recording it, and the great thing about having forms that come in and a form that has the ability to mark it as COVID-19 infection. The great thing about having forms that come in and a form that has the ability to mark it as COVID-19 infection, the intent is right now that if someone dies with COVID-19, we are counting.
I do not consent.
I think the deaths that we're seeing are coronavirus deaths, and the other deaths are not being counted as coronavirus.
Technically, even if you died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death. Everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death. Doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death.
I'm up on stage.
60,000 deaths.
And all the rage I feel inside of me.
50 states, 50 plans is an experiment that will now play out for months.
I hate it when they lie to me and they're dying to see. So I'm trying to be what they want to see. But they're hunting me. Don't know what they want from me.
Today, and I say as of today at this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for the virus.
Yesterday we had 22 cases. Today we have 33 cases, so it has gone up by 11. Those are 11 new cases. 22 goes to 33.
As we sort through this here in Arkansas, today we have 33 confirmed positive cases in Arkansas.
As of today, we have 33 confirmed cases with Boston residents. We expect those numbers to climb.
As is this afternoon, we have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive to COVID-19.
So as of this morning, there were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
Evening to you. Lots to get to tonight. I'm Leon Hendricks. We want to start with new information into our newsroom. Within the past couple of hours, there are now 33 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Richard Gerhard. Karina Corral has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number now to 33.
Right now, Georgia is reporting a total of 99 cases in 19 counties. That is 33 new cases from just yesterday.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Swenson. More cases and more events affected. Here is the latest coronavirus news. There are now 33 cases in Louisiana.
As expected, the number of cases of COVID-19 jumps. A total of 33 people in our state have been tested and are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
Day 4 of the shelter-at-home order brought 6 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus to San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number to 33.
All troopers will be professional, polite, and will treat everyone with dignity and respect.
These latest steps as the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Rhode Island jumps by 33 overnight.
With 4 more deaths reported overnight, the death toll now stands at least 33.
The Ministry of Public Health has confirmed a batch of 33 new COVID-19 patients. Thailand now has an accumulated number of cases.
తెలంగాణలో కరోనా వైరస్ బారిన పడిన వారి సంఖ్య 33కు పెరిగింది. నిన్న కొత్తగా 6 కేసులు నమోదయ్యాయి. ఇందులో ఒకరు కరీంనగర్కు చెందిన 23 ఏళ్ల విద్యార్థి.
The Ministry of Public Health has reported that the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Thailand remains at 33.
10 new confirmed cases have been reported in Malaysia, bringing the total now to 93. Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said they were first and second generation close contacts of case 33.
This is Tim Bennington, and I do not consent.
The number of fatalities related to COVID-19 is being inflated because people are actually dying of other things. What's your read on that theory?
You know, Savannah, there is absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all.
Absolutely no evidence that that's the case at all.
You know, I think it falls under the category of something that's very unfortunate, these conspiracy theories that we...
You're still asleep! Wake up!
You agree with Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mulvaney, that the coronavirus is the hoax of the day?
Coronavirus hoax. Governments love crises because when the people are fearful, they are more willing to give up freedoms for promises that the government will take care of them.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
This was artificially induced. We just said, they said, close it down. You have to close it down. We closed it down. This was artificially induced. We just said, they said, close it down. You have to close it down. We closed it down.
This matters going forward. We're in a live exercise here. But we're in a live exercise here. But we're in a live exercise here to get this right.
But I will say, of this virus, I think we're in the middle of a massive experiment worldwide. It's an interesting experiment we're in the middle of.
I do not consent.
I do not consent.
And a safe and effective vaccine.
COVID-19 diagnostics, therapeutics and vaccines.
Largement du développement et du déploiement rapide de diagnostics, vaccins et traitements efficaces.
Universal access to vaccination, treatment and diagnostics.
Equitable access to new COVID diagnostics, therapeutics and vaccine.
We must all work together on improving diagnostics, accelerating therapies, and ultimately developing a vaccine.
We need to make vaccines, treatment, and diagnostics accessible to everyone.
Vaccines, treatments, and diagnosis will be the most effective way to do it.
We need new diagnostics, vaccines, treatments, and an equal distribution to all.
On equitable access to diagnostics, treatments, and vaccines.
And affordability of the vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics.
In order to develop a debate.
I do not consent.
Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
What's the best way to convince a parent to get a vaccine is to have an outbreak. Fear sells. Sadly, people are compelled much more by fear than reason.
We need a Manhattan Project level effort. We need a Manhattan Project level effort to develop a vaccine as quickly as possible.
I do not consent.
The strongest analogy is to medicines. Pump it up so it works in older people, and yet you don't have side effects. You know, if we have, 1 in 10,000 side effects, that's, way more, 700,000, people who will suffer from that.
700,000, people who will suffer from that.
So really understanding the safety at gigantic scale across all age ranges, pregnant, male, female, undernourished, existing comorbidities, it's very, very hard. And that actual decision of, okay, let's go and give this vaccine to the entire world, governments will have to be involved because there will be some risk and indemnification needed before that can be decided on.
There will be some risk and indemnification needed.
Let me ask you sort of rapid fire, a bunch of questions that we get different answers from depending on every person we ask, but I think you have better sources.
I think you have better sources.
What is the mortality rate? What is happening right now? How many people do you think it kills percentage-wise?
Because you don't see all the cases, you get the denominator wrong. It's clearly, 1%, 1.2%.
I do not consent.
You can take out the mask, Doug. The case fatality rate's like 0.1 to 0.3 according to USC.
Is it really? That's reassuring.
USC.
Everybody here's been vaccinated anyway.
USC and LA County Public Health come out with a study. They found that there are 7,000 cases in California, but they really believe that there are anywhere from 221,000 to 442,000 people who were infected.
Really?
Yeah.
So that makes it 0.1 to 0.3. Does a study to come out with?
Yeah, just give it to them. So So it suggests that the patient's salivary is 10. What it seems to be. Wow. Which puts you right in line with the flu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
I do not consent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
So it's a hoax. So it's a hoax. So
This matters going forward. We're in a live exercise here. We're in a live exercise here. We're in a live exercise here together.
I, Jessica, do not consent.
When we first opened our doors.
Since 1926.
Since 1978.
For 60 years. For 75 years.
For over 80 years.
In 90 years.
For over 100 years. Nationwide has been on your side.
Restaurants have always been there for you.
Nissan has been with you through thick and thin.
We will do what we've always done.
Take care of people.
We're people.
People.
People. People.
People.
People and family.
Family.
Family. Family.
Family. Family.
Family.
Family.
Family. Families. Families. Families.
Even now. Especially now.
Especially now.
Right now.
Now more than ever.
More than ever.
Today more than ever.
Today. More than ever.
In times like this.
At times like these. During these difficult times.
In these troubled times. Challenging times.
Trying times.
In these times of uncertainty.
During this time of great uncertainty.
During these uncertain times.
During these uncertain times. In uncertain times.
In uncertain times. Uncertain times.
Unprecedented times.
Unprecedented times.
Unprecedented times.
This unprecedented moment in our history.
It's time of social distancing.
While things have slowed down.
As we turn more inside.
While the doors may be closed.
While the distance between us has gotten bigger.
The more we stay apart.
We still find ways to stay close, even when we're apart.
Even if we can't stand closer than 6 feet.
We can all stay connected to work, school, and most importantly, to each other.
There's still ways to touch each other.
All without leaving the comfort and safety of your home. Without leaving the safety of your home.
From home.
Home. Your home.
At home. Home.
Home.
Home. Home. Home. Home.
Home. Home. That's the key. Buick and GMC are here to help. Con Edison is here to help.
Here to help.
Our teams are here.
We are here.
We're here.
We're here.
Here for you.
Here for you.
We're here for you.
We're here for you.
We are here for you. We're here for you.
We are here for you. We'll be here for you.
Runnings is here for you.
We're still here for you.
We're with you. We're part of your community.
So you can trust us.
You can count on us.
And we'll get through this. Together.
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 Together. Together. Together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Together.
My name is Jonathan Dill, and I do not consent.
Say we, that if we don't look at this as one world fighting this together.
And we'll get through this. Together.
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 Together. Together.
Together.
Together.
Together.
Together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Together.
For all our differences, we are one human race, and we are stronger together.
I, Michael D. Murphy, the White God City Warrior, do not consent.
Are you aware that there are people out there who have these conspiracy theories that this was all created by you in order to inoculate everyone in the world and put a chip into their blood so you can track them? Well, if you don't save our lives, you can't control our brains.
And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
I do not consent.
Vicky Fry. Absolutely. And I do not consent to the vaccine.
Georgia boy here.
I do not consent.
Mike and Dave and the rest of you two. I do not consent.
I do not.
Hi, this is Care Bear, and I do not consent.
I do not consent.
I do not consent.
Georgia. Michael John.
I do not consent.
Zero.
I do not consent.
I do not consent to mandatory vaccinations.
I'm from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. My name's Kenneth. I do not consent.
I don't consent to taking a vaccination without being told what's in it. I don't consent to being forced to take something just to make others feel safer. But it goes beyond that. I don't consent to giving up my freedoms that were given to me by God, not by man's law, to fit an agenda given by those that wish to bring the Antichrist on. I don't consent to being obedient to those that protect powers, principalities, rulers, and thrones, and they'll fight for it, even if they don't all realize that that's what they're doing. I don't consent to giving my heart over to only being evil continually. I don't consent to being a part of Babylon.